Hi guys, it's me, Canada from the Hot Toddy Nation. One thing I want to do before I start out the story is I hope you guys had a great New Year's. I know it's kind of late saying that, but I thought I might say it for the first video that I'm putting up for the new year. Also, at the end of the video, I'll be talking about a few things that I want to do for this year. So the fanfic that we'll be reviewing today is not an MLP fanfiction. It's actually a gaming fanfiction. It is from Team Fortress 2. It's called Loyaties Undying by Little Fire Dragon. So, anybody who doesn't know what TF2 is a game, I think, from Valve. I could be wrong, but I think it's from Valve. And it's about two teams who are pinned against each other. You can pick from either one of the teams, and you can pick between, I think, 9 classes. And the fanfiction that we'll be talking about actually has that actually is about one of the classes. It's about Pyro, which is sort of the fire class. Which is kind of funny. I find funny because the person who wrote this is called Little Fire Dragon, and the story's about Pyro. So I thought that was a little neat thing. So yeah, this fan fiction is probably one of my favorites, though it's a little sort of soap opera-ish. By that I mean there's lots of drama to this. So yeah, be warned that this has drama in it. So let's get started. It sort of starts out with Pyro talking about, oh yeah, by the way, Pyro is a girl in this story. One thing that, people don't know about Pyro is Pyro a girl or a guy, but, so yeah, if you guys, think Pyro's a girl, then you, might like the story. If you think Pyro is a guy, then you may not like the story so much. So, it's been a while since I read this story, and, it's 31 chapters. Yeah, no, I usually read the stories before start reviewing it, but I kind of wanted to really get a video out there. But I will talk about the gist, some things about it that's kind of plot points and stuff that I do remember. So it's sort of Pyro's life. Sniper is the first person to find out that Pyro is a girl, and Pyro says, she demands, not really demands, but says that she doesn't want no one else to find out that she's a girl because she doesn't want any problems, going on. She doesn't want to leave the group because, this is kind of the only thing she feels at home with. She doesn't want to leave, so she says, she asks Sniper to, not tell anyone, but that kind of goes wrong when Sniper accidentally, well, I don't know if it's accidentally or, sort of hints at that Pyro's a girl to, what was his name? Oh god, I can't remember his name. The player that has the baseball bat. I can't figure. Scout, that's what it is. Scout. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't have a script to this, so this is one of the blooper moments, I guess. So yeah, a Scout ends up sort of, linking that out to the other team, and that leads to the blue Sniper, which is the opposing team, and they use this. The blue team uses this to their advantage by telling their team that their Pyro's a girl, which leads to a whole lot of mess. Half the team. When the entire team finds out that Pyro's a girl, the team is split into 2. Part of the team wants Pyro not to be in the group because they don't think women should be fighting, and be a mercenary and be fighting. They should be at home and cooking, or part of the other team is all right with it. I think let's see, Demo Man and Demo Man is one of them that doesn't want Pyro to be on the team, I do know some of the other ones that do want Pyro on the team, and that's the medic, the Russian dude. I don't remember. I'm sorry if I don't remember all their names. To this be one of my favorites, I don't remember a lot of the characters. I'm very sorry. My mind is going blank today, and I don't know why. But yeah, the one character that I think I like the most, that, you know, he's not really against it, but he's not for, like, I don't want to say he's for it, like, for Pyro living, but he's not, you know, really, you know, he's kind of sort of just out. He's kind of sort of, you know, out of the problem. He's just kind of watching everybody look at you, and that's the Red Sniper. He's kind of just, you know, out, just sort of just saying, hey, you know, whatever, I don't really care kind of personality. And that's, you know, that's sort of him. He gives a lot of, you know, saying that, you know, Pyro is sort of like the Joan of the Arc, you know, things like that, type stuff. He doesn't really do much in the story, per se. So yeah, one thing I do remember in the story is dream sequences. There are some dream sequences, and I don't really hate them. I don't really like them either. They're kind of, they're all right. They're just, I don't really understand why they're there, but they're not horrible. The few I do like. And all the dream sequences are for Scouts, I believe. You know, one of them has Scout sort of in the Middle Ages, you know, in an army type setting, you know, fighting along, ironically against Joan of the Arc, with Joan of the Arc. The last one, which is actually one of my favorite ones, is the last dream sequence in the story, which is towards the end of the story, where Scout is sort of in this medieval castle, and there's this dragon that has been chained up and sort of captured. He has to set it free, and when he's doing that, he ends up running across this sort of mysterious sniper-like guy, and they both set the dragon free, and the dragon is sort of is kind of like is sort of a personification of sort of Pyro, and how, you know, she's finally, you know, been set free, and, you know, she doesn't really have to hide herself to anybody anymore, and, you know, how she feels. Another thing, which is an important thing, is Pyro's backstory. Pyro's backstory, she ends up finding out that, you know, who her parents are, which, this is kind of the soap opera part. Yeah, and basically what happens is Pyro ends up finding out that the medic is her father. Yeah, what happens is Pyro's was adopted by, or father was an army sort of guy. He ended up dying later on, and, you know, early. I don't really remember much about her what they said about her past, but yeah, her father is, you know, an army guy. It says that her father was the medic, and what happened was in World War II, you know, he was, you know, trying to sort of, you know, get her daughter out, his daughter out from, you know, from Germany, because, you know, she did not want her to live there, and, you know, something like that, some stuff like that. I don't really remember much. That's the part where it gets kind of sort of, you know, a little bit very soap opera-ish, and another thing, which I find this one a really big problem, and the administrator, the woman in purple, you know, who's the announcer, and Miss Pauline, which is a character in there, who works for the administrator, finds out that Pyro's a girl as well, and the problem is they find out they didn't know that Pyro was a girl. I kind of really hard to believe that they wouldn't know what gender Pyro was, since she's the one that hired them, or if not, she at least knows something about them. She wouldn't go out and hire somebody off the street. She wants, if not, probably the best mercenaries, if if you know, at least halfway decent ones. She wouldn't go out there and just find, you know, anybody off the streets. I imagine that's very poor business standards. So, yeah, so that's the problem for me. You know, they end up finding out, you know, about this, and they end up letting Pyro stay. Miss Pauline actually lets Pyro stay, and that makes Pyro Pyro gets very happy that, you know, she gets to stay and she gets to, you know, be with her friends and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much just the gist of the story. I know I usually read the stories before doing these videos, and I'm very sorry so if this video is not very good. But yeah, that's pretty much if you guys want to go check it out, once again, it's on fanfiction.net. It's by Little Fire Dragon. It's a really excellent story and really well done, and I suggest anyone go read it. So before I kick off, you know, stop the video. I want to mention some things for the new year. One thing that I want to do is called. I want to dedicate 2 months. Well, actually, they're going to be separate months, but 1 month will be for crossovers. Basically, what it is, crossovers are basically. If you guys remember, a long time ago, I did Anastasia, My Little Pony Anastasia AU, where the characters played, you know, as the Anastasia, excuse me, guys, the characters from MLP played the characters in Anastasia. Not just those crossover stories, but, you know, basically like, you know, Sherlock Holmes meets Doctor Who, you know, these two characters meet each other, or, you know, My Little Pony and Assassin's Creed, or My Little Pony and, Pokemon, things like that, you know. One story that I read was crossover was Pokemon and the Avengers. Basically, you know. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I mean by crossovers. Is, you know, sort of like, you know, that. Another thing is themed month. Let me say that. Theme month. Basically, what theme month is the entire month I do one theme, like, take Sherlock Holmes with dragons. There's a fanfiction I watched where John was in the army doctor, and he needed in the army they fight with dragons, and you know the army wants John to get a dragon, you know, sort of have a dragon that protects him while he's on the field, and something like that, you know. But you know, I can do it if you know, but you know, maybe if this actually does very well, you know, each theme have sort of a different theme. Like 1 month can have, you know, when I do this, it can be about dragons. 1 year it can be about vampires or something. I want to try this. I want to try it this year and see how, you know, if it's received very well. So if you guys really, you know, I would love for you to show your support on this. You know, if you guys enjoy it, I would love for you to leave a comment or a like on the videos, or you can, you know, leave a comment on this video talking about sort of, you know, this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. Once again, I'm Canada from the Hot Tag Nation, and I bid y'all farewell for now.